Hi, I'm Ellen Shutt, Executive Director of GOED, and I'm here today with Doug Beavis, who is the President of Lipid Technologies and also the President of the American Oil Chemists Society, or AOCS. GOED has been working with AOCS for many years on a GOED lab proficiency program, but we recently joined the organization, and I wanted to invite Doug here today to talk a little bit more about it. So Doug, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Ellen. And I just want to say thank you for joining AOCS. I've greatly admired the GOED organization for a number of years, and really excited that we've kind of joined forces, if you will.
Well, thank you. And the feeling is mutual. AOCS plays a really important role, I think. And so I think it'll be good for our members to learn more. So start with, tell us a little bit about AOCS kind of.
Yeah, so AOCS is a diverse organization. Its humble roots were in 1909, I think in Ohio. It was the Cottonseed Chemist Analysts Organization to start with. Officially became the American Oil Chemists Society in 1928. This was really just a group of analysts that were meeting at one person's house to start with, and then it's expanded. And they had their first big meeting in 1976, World Fats meeting. So that's kind of the kickoff. But we have about 3,000 members from 90 different countries. So we're fairly broad reach. We have about 10 different divisions. They span things like edible applications, health and nutrition, lipid oxidation, phospholipids. We work with proteins and protein co-products. We have a big push into the plant protein space right now. So those are specialties within AOCS. They have their own organization, I guess, and different parts of the annual meeting are devoted to, obviously, to their own sessions. So AOCS has some multiple working parts. There's about 30 people that run AOCS. We have a technical services division, a publication division, and a meetings division. So we have an annual meeting once a year, and then usually we have another offsetting meeting, Latin American Congress or soaps and detergents meetings, and then sometimes some specialty meetings mixed in.
Yeah, very, very broad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the omega-3 fatty acid part of AOCS.
Yeah.
And I mentioned the lab proficiency program. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So omega-3s have been an integral part of AOCS for a number of years. Ralph Holman, the man who invented the term omega in terms of its fatty acid aspects, was a past president and founder of Lipids Journal, which is one of our journals. It still continues today. I think every time we have a session on omega-3 at the AOCS meeting, it's usually packed. So, which is always a good sign to me. But we have a laboratory proficiency testing program. Our laboratory participates in this and has for a number of years. It's an LPP. Every quarter you receive a sample, 2 samples, and then you analyze those and report the data into an online format. And then you're compared with, for the marine fatty acid profile, there's about 30 different labs. So you see all the data. It's confidential, so you don't see names, but you see all the data from different labs. You're scored on your variance and accuracy, and then you have the opportunity to become a AOCS approved chemist at the end of that. And there's also awards for labs that perform the best, if you will, on that 8 sample series over the span of a year. So it's a really valuable program for us. It's a big part of our proficiency and quality control. We use it also for our clinical lab license, and it's administered well, and it's relatively inexpensive. I think I pay less than $1,000 a year for all those samples in that output. But there's other aspects of it in terms of fish meal and general fats and cholesterol. There's all kinds of different LPP programs. So.
And it's valuable to GOED too, just because we're concerned about quality. We want to make sure that there's some consistency in lab testing. So it's
and so when you become an approved chemist, there's a little badge you can put on your website if you want. And AOCS is probably one of the older or most established analytical groups in the world in terms of fats and oils. So it has some clout. So.
Right. Credibility. Yeah. Good. And the other thing I think our members would be interested in is the whole quality, quality reference materials.
Relatively inexpensive. You can buy these standards and materials around $100 a sample that have all this data, and you'll see the output from 20 or 30 different labs that have analyzed this, so you get a real good feel for what's in the standard, and it helps you fine-tune your methods. You know, it's a great part of any QA/QC program, or if you're starting out or have questions about analysis, it's a really fundamental building block of that kind of program with a known standard.
Great, great. Okay. So tell us a little bit about why it would be beneficial for GOED members to belong to AOCS as well.
Well, I love GOED members, and fatty acid people, and especially omega-3 people in general, are awesome. So yeah, it's just, you know, we talk about AOCS as a family, and I guess I got pushed into joining, not pushed, but I got advised into joining back in the early 90s, and I thought, why would I want to do this, you know, but it's really been a lot of fun, and so there's a lot of networking opportunities as well. AOCS has got a solid bedrock of really good scientists. Our mix is probably 60% industrial and 40% academic, so we have a nice blend of those. We're represented by universities and large companies, medium-sized companies, small companies like mine. So it's a good mix of people. The annual meeting is a place where people can go and attend things, learn things, but they can also put on symposia. We're pretty open to anybody coming and wanting to talk about whatever they'd like to. We also have hot topic sessions. So for emerging science or things that are incredibly valuable to various folks. So those are always really well attended. So it's a good place. And we also have journals, so you can publish symposia based off of that, or original research in lipids, or Journal of American Oil Chemists Society.
Okay. And you mentioned a discount for GOED members?
Yeah. So we 20% on select items. There's some new methods. Dr. Scott Bloomer is our head of technical services, and with Japanese Oil Chemists Society and AOCS have a new method on SN2 fatty acid detection, and also one on glycidial esters for fish oils. So those are two new methods. And our book of methods is, I think there's 400 different methods in there, something like that. So it's been an ongoing thing for a long time. If you become a member, membership is about $189. That book of that methods book is $400 off if you become a member. So there's a hard copy. There's also electronic copies as well. So it's a really versatile book.
Okay, great. And so we'll include some information at the end of the video that includes how to get in touch with you or how to get in touch with membership. So just to let members know that. And then lastly, you mentioned your annual meeting, which I know is coming up in May, virtually, of course, this year. But do you want to share some details of that?
Yeah. We talked about doing virtual meetings for a number of years, and COVID brought that front and center. So we normally have about 1,000 members show up at our meetings each year. And with COVID, we had, in the virtual meeting, we had 3,000 people that came. So we had a really a great turnout. But this year's annual meeting is May 3rd to May 14th. There's over 600 abstracts that have been received so far, posters and presentations. There's over 100 different sections that will be there. So
wow.
It's about a 2-week format. And then ISFAL is also partnering with us, our online platform, to present their meeting as well. So, and their meeting is May 10th through the 14th. So it's 5 consecutive days for them. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a really good partnership. I think it was great for ISFAL to be able to work with you on this. It's
yeah. And one of the nice things about AOCS is they have this great infrastructure that can go to bat. And some of the bringing a virtual format forward really happened quite quickly, but with some really super staff and a whole bunch of hard work on their part. So we're really excited to share that with everybody. And really, it's about getting information out there, and that's what we hope to do. So.
Well, good, yeah. And GOED, I believe, is doing a presentation, and we're excited to participate.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I know there's a session on COVID and lipids. That's
that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. But you can, website is AOCS.org. You can go there and check it out. And if you have any questions, you can always email me or call me. I can make that.
Yeah, we'll put some information.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Okay, well, good. All right, well, that was great. I think this is really good information for members. I'll make sure they know how to get in touch with you. And thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you in person at some point, maybe at our GOED Exchange event, or hopefully before. So
I'm excited to go to the GOED Exchange. Yeah, I miss you guys.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Thank you so much, Doug.
Take care.